Hey y'all, welcome back to Bookshelf of Opinions. I'm Elizabeth,
And I'm Hannah.
and this is episode 6,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving week.
Thanksgiving week. That's what
Yeah.
we'll call it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good. All right, this is going to be a very different episode.
It's going to be a fun
But
episode.
we're going to start off with our usual. Hannah, what have you been listening to?
I have been listening to the Wicked soundtrack, Niall Horan, and Ben Rector. And Christmas music.
Nice. So sounds like you.
Basically.
Nice.
All right, what have you been listening to?
So I've been listening to Niall Horan and the movie Wicked soundtrack.
Let's go.
So that's what I've been listening to. And a podcast, 3-hour podcast on John Benet Ramsey case. So yeah.
Sounds like a very you type of thing.
All right, what have you been that was really fast.
That was fast. Well, we're trying to stay on time today.
We are. I feel like we're talking very
we're just very calm. Well, it's we'll get into it.
What have you been reading?
So I finished Ninth House.
Okay.
And then I read Nothing Like the Movies in like 2 days, and that was very.
So you're reading like some of my favorite books right now?
Yeah, that book, Nothing Like the Movies, actually kind of broke me in a little bit, but it also healed in a way.
It does.
But it was what I needed, but I didn't need it. Anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I'm currently reading Sky Shade.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you?
Okay, so I finished the last book of the Natural series, Bad Blood, and holy moly, that book was insane. Like I texted you, I said I don't think a YA book has impacted me this, and like I love YA books, but like there's something about this that was insane. And so then I read Lost and Lassoed all the way through that night, finished that book. Didn't live up to the same hype as Done and Dusted, I'll be honest, but that's okay.
That's okay.
And there's one more book of that series, and then I read You Again, which I would not recommend. And I rarely don't recommend a book, but I'm just saying it was said it was a Harry Met Sally. It was not. But now I'm reading Sky Shade.
Yeah,
so
you are.
Me and you are reading the same book.
That's the first time that's happened in a long time.
In a hot minute. I think probably Funny Story was the last one.
Probably. So, I mean, I guess it's been only a couple of months, but still.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Sky Shade.
Me too. I'm kind of trying to get back in the right mindset for it. Mm-hmm. I haven't read a good fantasy in a while.
No, I'm excited for it. All right. We need to know thoughts and opinions on the Wicked movie.
Okay, so I saw it with my mom and sisters. That was really important to me because I saw the show for my second time last year with my mom. And my sisters have never seen it, like never seen the musical. And so they've always heard the songs growing up, like, because I would play them. Mm-hmm. So I thought, I'm just going to give you a whole synopsis of what it was. I wear like my Wizard of Oz earrings, my Wicked shirt, my Wizard of Oz bracelet, which I'm still wearing.
You looked cute.
Thank you.
I tried. I was a fan of the fit.
And then I steadily cried the whole time.
As you should.
And then every single time a song played, I cried even harder. And I'm not going to say this, but there's a spoiler, but there was a moment in the movie that I audibly gasped and looked at my family and then like violently sobbed. But just even the opening credit, when it says Wicked, I was like, tears.
The build up to the opening credit was just...
And I appreciate... Well, I'll let you tell me your thoughts and then we'll get into the conversation.
So I saw it technically this morning with my sister, and it was phenomenal. Like there's really no words to describe. I am it sounds bad. I realize I can't say I hate Wicked, the stage show. It's just overly artsy for me. I also saw it late at night and like was exhausted after work when I saw it. Like there's factors from when I first saw it or on the stage, but like,
and I also feel like maybe because you weren't connected with the Wizard of Oz, it doesn't hit the same for you.
But like from a theater standpoint though, there's very few musicals that don't impact me greatly. And so I just don't know entirely. Like the music hit, but then just the actual performance side of it, but that's also just my weird, I like the way some stuff was done was so cool, but it was also like, anyways. But like this, I was like, I'm excited for it, but I'm also not like trying to overhype it because I want to go in with kind of lower expectations, even though I know it's about to be phenomenal because there was a bajillion-dollar budget basically. And it was amazing. Like I was not crying, but there were tears in my eyes the entire time, to the point at the end, Lily looked at me and she's like, "Are you crying?" And I was like, "Well, no." And she's like, "Okay, so you want to cry, but you can't because we're at a public place." I said, "Exactly."
And like, I totally understand why they cry in every interview.
1000%. Which that's also though, people who don't get one, it's an emotional thing to do all of that, but like that's just a theater kid thing, is you get so emotionally attached to who
not
you're
even
working
theater
with.
kid. I feel like it's like an emotional attachment to anything that's so profoundly impactful. You know, like I mean, cried before I even saw a movie thinking about it. You know, like
Well, just that, but then just the emotional connection that they all
yeah,
have is just
it
insane.
is insane.
And their voices just blend
That's what. Okay, yeah,
so
I
well.
they because obviously like new casting obviously for the
Mm-hmm.
movie. I thought Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo did amazing, and like they totally like made their own characters, but totally
Yes.
paid tribute and
Yes.
and made these characters the characters like they did it so right. You know, every
Yes.
single person did every character right.
It was all just so brilliant. I
It
don't
was like I can't
like,
explain it.
there's
You
no
know.
words to describe Cynthia Erivo, the vocalist
Mm-hmm.
and singer that she is. My word,
Mm-hmm.
she is so sharp in her singing,
Mm-hmm.
and it is phenomenal. My one thing I realized listening, because we were listening to the movie soundtrack afterwards, is I love Ariana Grande. And I love the fact that she can sing high, which then adds to singing her higher whistle notes, adds to like Glenda's storyline, because the higher she sings, the more she's trying to come across as good. And the lower she sings is like when she's trying to be more genuine, like that whole
Yeah.
concept. And so I love the fact she can sing those high whistle notes, because then it makes her seem all
Mm-hmm.
good. But then it also makes me so sad because on the soundtrack, you don't want like, she's singing so high, you're like, I can't possibly, like, I don't want to sing along with her because
You can't
I'm
do it.
never going
Yeah.
to hit those notes or even attempt where it's like Kristen Chenoweth. Like, you kind of could, you
You
could
kind of
fake it a
could.
little easier.
Yeah. That's
Not that
what.
that's like an
Yeah.
actual deep cut, because that just shows how talented she is. But it's
Yeah.
like,
Well, I was telling you last night, like listening to the movie soundtrack, I'm like having to change my notes because I'm so used to
mm-hmm.
singing the same notes for the past 10 years. Like I
Yes,
can do it in my sleep. Not that I sing well. I'm just saying from someone that's obsessed. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh no, we're not hitting that note. We're hitting a totally
mm-hmm.
different note now, you know? And so that's a lot. But
It's just so.
it was so
And
good.
Jonathan Bailey, the man,
Oh my.
oh my God.
Everything was so good.
I'm so ready for part 2.
Me too.
Act 2. It feels weird saying part 2,
Yeah, act 2.
but I have no words for it really,
Mm-hmm.
except it's good.
Yeah, it helps me like understand myself better.
Hmm.
As it feels like a reconnection to myself, you know.
That's good.
And then it also like makes me evaluate like how I am in all my friendships and everything, you
Yeah.
know. So it's something I'm having to learn. But I mean, I just think I'm actually also way too deeply connected to it, which I don't think is a bad thing. But it's like,
But
oh,
there's
I'm gonna
something
make it fit into every aspect of my life.
No,
You
but
know?
there's something exciting about having the characters that fit
Yeah,
into every aspect of your life, or
yeah,
that you can see yourself in their
mm-hmm.
different environments.
Yeah. It was amazing. So it's
Now I want to just do a
phenomenal.
whole psychological deep dive into it, because I'm
Yeah.
like, I love psychologizing
Mm-hmm.
myself.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
It is.
Um.
All right.
Okay. So, kind of speaking of psychologizing ourselves in a way.
Yeah, this kind of going back to one of our January episodes.
Yeah. It's Thanksgiving week, and so there's a lot of like looking back and being thankful for things in life.
Mm-hmm.
But we decided to take that and just completely bare our souls on the internet.
Not an abnormal thing for me to
Well,
do.
no,
No.
abnormal for me. So if I
Yeah.
cry, it's because I saw Wicked today. That's what we'll blame it on. I don't think I'll cry though. Not
There's a
not
75% chance I will.
not while we're talking on here. It's really 50-50 actually. I don't know why I feel like I need to sit up now and like
I'm gonna
feel all
see if I
official.
can grab my water without having to fully get up.
Okay. I'm gonna let her try and grab her water. You could have also just there you go. I mean, you're fully up, you realize, right? You just didn't
No,
have to
I
take
meant
your
without
headphone
taking
out.
my headphones off.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I meant.
I appreciate the clarification. No, so we're gonna kind of go through our journal entries and
Okay,
notes apps.
But we're both girls that journal quite a lot.
I journaled a lot my freshman and sophomore years of college up until probably last April. I like was a frequent journaler, and then it just kind of became hard for me. But that's because things happened, and then I tried to do it, and then it just kind of
And you
got
don't want
more
it to feel like
difficult.
it's a task where it loses its purpose. Yeah.
There are times where I'm like, no, I need to just literally write this out for the sake of acknowledging I can still journal, and yeah.
Yeah.
But
No, I get
I
that.
write on my notes app a lot.
Wink, wink.
I'm a digital journaling girl.
I journal every day since I was 19.
Let's go.
Does like in the summer do I kind of like fade a little bit? Yeah, but I journal at least 5 times a week. So I'm quite much of a let me just pour my heart and soul into words and feel traumatized. So it's something I do quite
It's
a bit.
so much fun to be able to look back at it all, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And right now the journal that I have with me is just from May until now. So it's not like we're not seeing really deep into my like past journaling, but
Whereas I have the same journal I've had since I left for college, and I was originally like, oh, it'll get filled up so fast. And then I stopped
I know
journaling halfway through
this is my
college.
4th journal, so.
This is my 2nd journal. My first journal was the one Miss Felicia gave us when we left 8th grade,
Uh,
and I slowly
that's
filled that up
purple?
throughout high school.
Yeah.
And then when I got this, I started it literally the day I left for college. Day before I left for college. I know I talk about how I was talking to you on the phone and crying while writing.
Wow, was in your first journal entry?
Yeah. No, I think you were, or you were in my 2nd journal entry actually. But you were in the first 2 pages. Hold on. This has nothing to do with anything growth-wise. I just need to know where you are. Oh, no, it's within the same day, if that
Oh,
counts.
okay,
I was
cool.
so excited to write in this. And then, where are you? Because I know I wrote about us being on the phone and crying.
I had a very emotional hard
Oh,
time
it's
with.
literally the first sentence.
No,
I was packing my clothes for college tonight. Then Elizabeth and I were texting, and now I'm starting to get emotional about leaving.
I had a really hard time with Hannah leaving.
I had a really hard time with myself leaving, as we'll get into in a second.
But you have a lot of more on your notes than I do. I kind of have like little snippets of me trying to be a poet, you know.
My stuff on my notes, there's a lot from the past, like from October to November, and then there's a lot again from like my freshman year of college.
Mm, mm.
But then it skips, like there's just really deep, like if I didn't have my journal on me, I would type it out.
Oh,
And so, but then there's more recent stuff that I'm like, let me
gotcha.
just type it real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. How do we want to do this?
I don't know. I don't know.
Let's just, okay, we're just going to fully commit to the bit. Do not, this is going to feel so cringy now. I actually have to read my words aloud. All right. So this is from January 11th, 2022. Okay, context, I was a freshman in college, about 2 hours away from home. And as you'll see, my first semester was not the best. I also went home like the 3rd week of school with COVID, and so I was out for like 2 weeks because it was
I
like
forgot about
the
that.
big COVID times where you couldn't be on campus. So I feel like that's needed context, as I didn't have a normal start to school either. This feels so cringy. Wow,
I don't think
why
it
do I
is.
write like I'm talking to a person, kind of?
Oh,
Okay,
I did that.
so this is, like I said, January 11th. So howdy. That feels so good. Day 2 of the semester is done. Overall classes were good, excited for all of them. Dive deeper, Kudzu small group, was tonight, and I don't know how I feel. Like I feel welcomed and I know people, but it all feels distant. I told myself that this semester I wouldn't feel lonely/alone, but I feel that's where I'm at already. I don't have people to eat with or constant check-in with people. It's kind of just me, and I feel isolated. And I don't want to feel this way. God, I don't know what was happening during this. Ooh. I want to put myself out there more. I'm trying. I just feel so drained. My energy is being poured out to nowhere, and I'm not being refilled. And I know that's not how it should be. I should never deplete myself so much that I don't recognize myself in the mirror. Yet here I am, a stranger even to myself. As I sit here crying and writing, I'm trying to remind myself that I have a loving support system. But when my primary people are my parents and siblings, it's hard to find connection with others. At group, everything I said was timid and withdrawn. I strive to be and am a confident and present person. I don't know if I'm too in my head or too busy comparing myself to others, but I feel out of place. So, I should end this pity party of mine and get some sleep. Try and fill back up for tomorrow. Oh, yeah. My goal for the semester is no boy distractions. Gotta focus on God, me, and my studies. No distractions. Real quick, though, because I'm weird, I've included a beautiful Polaroid of me crying tonight to commemorate my lonely college time. Definitely not the best time of my life so far. Anywho, kind of hard to tell I'm crying, but under my left eye, you can see my smudged mascara. Looks like a black eye, but it isn't. Okay, now time for sleep. Much love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, strength, faith, and wisdom. And yeah, there's the Polaroid that I took.
I love that you like specified that, like, oh, I'm crying. Oh my gosh, I wish I could give that Hannah a hug.
That Hannah was going through it.
Yeah. Wow.
But growth, we're so much better.
High five.
Like, I don't have the entry to prove. Oh, I guess my life is the proof that it's a lot
Exactly.
better.
Your life is a living testimony.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know what the point of any of this is, except just to kind of read our entries for the world. Sorry.
We're being open and transparent. Okay.
Yeah.
So mine is much more recent.
Mm-hmm.
And this was August 19th of 2024. And I kind of am sporadic in my journaling, so I apologize. I start off with the quote, I feel so hot. Now I understand how you feel.
It's just weird. Like, you're just reading words. It's fine. We get to live react.
Yeah, okay, so this is what I said. Well, I already read some of this for you, so but there's two parts to this. Okay. I start with a quote. I go where I am loved, and I bring love where I go. And then I write, I am valued and loved no matter what, even though I don't feel like it right now and I don't believe it. That was in
Mm,
parentheses.
mm.
Talking to Peyton, Allison, and Ellen today. Those are my coworkers, by the way. So
Aw,
shout out to
shout out.
them. I never know if I should say people's name. Okay, anyways, I'm distracting myself. Was really good and very helpful. I appreciate their friendship and mentorship. I know I am not a screw up. In parentheses, I'm most definitely a screw up.
No comment.
I feel okay with work right now. I'm still trying to learn the ropes, and sometimes I feel unqualified and I made the wrong choice, even though I know that this is where I want to be. Right now, it's really hard to find other people outside of my main group of friends to be friends with. And I know that it's okay to have my main group, but I feel like I'm not branching out. Sometimes I feel lonely with all of my friends being married or engaged, and I feel like I'm being left behind or doing something wrong and I'm not lovable. Okay, so this is kind of deep. We're gonna go to the next part.
Wow.
Okay. Um. Oh, I can barely read my handwriting. Um. I'm not trying to stall. I just can't read my handwriting. This was an
No, that's
issue.
okay. You have bad handwriting.
I do. Um. Even though I don't feel confident, I don't think I look great, and I think I'm ugly, I know that other people might feel differently. I don't know why I'm reading
Oh
this
my
out.
god. Like at least mine was sorry, not to invalidate your feelings.
No. And
But
I write, I feel stupid for being 21 and still writing about these insecure issues, but I know I have to get them out somewhere, and I feel ridiculous to tell other people about them.
oh,
Um,
finish that entry and then I have one that will go
okay, and then
against
then I
yours.
have a prayer. I'm like, Jesus, I pray for help and health and wisdom to get through this, and to know that I actually belong where I am, and that even though I'm not with the curve, doesn't mean I'm behind or ahead of it.
Very good.
And maybe someday I won't feel like I'm messing up. And
Oh.
that's the end of that.
Well, in response to that, October 23rd of this year, Hannah would say, I've had in my notes app for a while after seeing it on social media somewhere, and since I'm trying to journal again, I figured it deserves space here. Heal out loud. We almost lost you in the silence.
Wow.
So say it
Oh
out
my.
loud so we don't lose you in the silence.
Wow.
And then I'm not going to read the rest of that.
No, you don't have to.
But I just was flipping to the end. And then as you were saying a lot of those things of not wanting to actually voice it and just write it, that's what I would say to that.
Wow.
Heal out loud.
Oh, well, here's October 13th. I think with all the weddings and engagement stuff, it's hard to not feel like I'm lonely and that I'm behind. I think we can sense a theme here.
Yeah.
But I know that's not the right mentality to have, even though it's quite literally my mentality 24/7. I know my story has been written, and no matter the way it goes, that's the way it's supposed to end. Not end. I don't know why I wrote that. I'm okay waiting, and I'm okay being wherever I'm supposed to be. You gotta fake it till you make it.
Yep.
Oh, October 14th. Sorry, I'm
here for
I
it.
wrote, sometimes it can feel like disloyalty, letting go of past versions of yourself.
Wow.
And I said, it just feels so hard and real, but I know that I can't be the same version of myself I was in the past because that means no growth.
Correct.
Wow, look at me.
Well, in your similar vein, then I guess if we're going to that, I'm not going to read the full, like, probably 3 paragraphs that it is, but going to the notes app because that's where I love to write my deep things, even though people can easily get into my phone and see all of these things. From October 6th, this one's titled At the Wedding. Being single at a wedding where all your people have their people is so much fun. Yes, sarcasm in parentheses. And then jumping to the end though. Wait. Oh, the jokingly single one who sits alone with her pride of knowing it's an if she gets married, not a when, because when only comes when you're with someone. And instead, you're the single girl at the wedding, watching all your people with their people, happy for them on the outside, crying alone on the inside.
Girl, you know, I was in the this wedding too.
Okay, yeah, but you still had all your people.
I know, but you're my people. I'm not discounting your
It's
feelings.
the sake of the deep thing that I wrote like 2 days later.
Well, I wrote November. No,
I like how this is just a back and forth. I wrote.
No, this is fun.
It's hilarious.
Okay, I wrote this May 24th. I did just because I crave and want love doesn't make me weak.
No, it does not.
even though it constantly feels that way.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, one more. Hold on, let's. Nope, can't read that one.
Oh, I wrote, don't let someone, I did write this to you earlier. Don't let someone who didn't know how to love you ruin your perspective on love. Love didn't hurt you, he did. Or
Hmm.
she did, whatever, circumstantial.
Oh, I did write one that was really sweet about basically thanking all my friends who have kids and letting me babysit.
Oh
And then
my.
I said, so bless the other babysitters in their 20s. I hope your friends pay as well as mine do,
Wow.
because mine do pay well. Um, oh,
I have part of my sister's, my maid of honor speech to my sister. I'm not going to read that because I will cry.
October 28th of this year, timing it, if you're a Taylor Swift fan, you know this. Okay, but why is 10 months sober? I must admit, just because I'm clean don't mean I don't miss him living rent free in my head. Because
Wow.
it did, and it still kind of does. But it shouldn't.
Wow. I have in my notes app just total change of this is June 12th. Rigor mortis is the postpartum change resulting
Oh
in the
my
stiffening
God.
of the body muscle due to chemical change in their morphibulus. Rigor mortis helps in estimating the time since death as well as a certain as certain if the body's been moved after death. So you know where my brain is at.
Well, to end my sadness, or not in my sadness, to move on to something else, on November 7th. So this is, I think, yeah, this is my most recent one. This is pretty good.
Hmm.
You realize today that you're okay. You always will be. God has got this, so trust his bigger plan.
Wow.
Boom.
Is that where you're ending? You're not reading anymore?
I mean, I don't really know what else
I
there is
kind of
to
just,
read.
I have random quotes on here and
Like,
random things I wrote. I wrote on April 22nd, you don't have to negotiate your way into a heart that values you. Wow.
I mean, my thing is like my notes app, now looking at it, like I have a lot on here, but I don't have anything like so like deep, you know? Not deep. Not that it has to be deep. I have
Hmm.
texts where I type out all my texts before I send them to people, like if they're serious. I have like Christmas gifts and packing lists. I save all my packing lists for some
Wow.
reason.
I have a poem I wrote about grief and death, and I'm not going to read that because.
Oh, I have a notes app that is the post for when I graduate college that I've already
Oh,
typed out the caption because when I was crying, I was like, might as well just go ahead and type out this and be extra sad right now.
oh, wow.
Yeah, because I got to keep flexing the fact that I'm graduating.
Here's another poem I wrote about my grandparents dying.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Sorry.
Oh, no, that's,
Wow. Okay, now I kind of want to look back through my journal though and see what past Hannah has written because I'm just all, oh wait, those are all blank pages.
I know I definitely
Phil.
did not write this, but I put this in my notes. If we are not hungry for Christ, we are probably too full of ourselves.
A wow, I like how you have a lot of good stuff. And then like one of my journal entries is literally just Taylor Swift was freaking amazing. I had so much fun.
Oh, no, I had definitely had an intro
And then
that
it's a
was like,
Polaroid of me with and like my Taylor Swift
oh,
outfit.
I wrote,
Oh,
you're
what
not
did
the
I
roots, you're the flower that grows from them.
Oh my gosh, what did I write on June 3rd? Why am I so sad last year? Not sad. Oh, I wanted to spice up life, to turn some heads,
Oh,
get a little attention. Oh my gosh. What was I? I don't know. Wow. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. I did, in case you're wondering, last year write about how Taylor Swift was going to be performing in Miami on my birthday
wow.
and how I was going to try and go there. And I
Oh.
guess I did technically try. Wow. I mean,
I have a lot of book quotes um, and things and poems that I write that are not great,
that's okay.
but
They're just for you to
they're
read.
what I have. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel it feels weird, like actually reading these out loud.
This
Oh
was a,
gosh.
this is a, I feel like I have to read this poem because it's kind of quite dramatic of me.
Oh God.
Should I read it? It's not too
Obviously,
terribly long. What are you looking at?
the cars.
Oh. I'm going to read this and I might stop halfway through, but it's called Just Like Me. I wrote December 20th, 2023.
Okay.
I said, I often fear the day when I have a kid and someone says they look just like you or they are just like you. It's not because I'm scared of raising a child. I'm terrified of raising a child that has me in them. Maybe I shouldn't read this.
Elizabeth.
I'm scared that I have ruined them. And I don't want their hands. Oh, yeah, definitely not reading this.
Why does that make my heart break for
Maybe
you
I
though?
should finish reading it.
Because I want little yous. Like that sounds weird to say
No,
like
I
that.
get. I don't want their hands and knees to be in a constant state of shaking because all their thoughts in their heads just like me. I don't want them to look in the mirror and criticize their nose because they look just like me. I fear that they will spend too many nights crying themselves to sleep just like me, or that they will think they're unworthy of love and have to earn someone's attention except the bare minimum just like me. I never want them to step on a scale and be unashamed of the number they see because they look just like me, or to have to face a day where they can't get out of bed because the voices and the words is too much to bear, just like me. I fear that having my genes, my children will face things that are not their own, but will carry the unbearable burden of it because they feel that as if they deserve it because they are just like me. Wow, I probably shouldn't have read that out loud, but that was actually kind of good poetry.
Do you want me to respond or no?
You can say whatever you think. I don't care.
I want my kids to be just like you. But then that's because I know they'll be my little besties.
I'm proud of myself for writing it out.
I'm
You
proud
know,
of you
and
for being able to
I'm
vocalize.
proud of myself for my grammar of it. And it's a good poem. It's a sad poem.
It is a very sad poem.
But it was done in December. That's what happens. No, I'm just kidding. That's not what should happen. Sorry.
That's what. Well, it was. I was at something for church and talking to people,
Sorry.
and they were like, one of the ladies was like, I don't know, it's just like the winter months are so depressing for me. She's like, October to like March, it's just not my time. And I'm like, what? I thrive then.
Here's the thing.
But that's because I'm like, it's my birthday, and then it's Thanksgiving, and then it's Christmas, then it's a New Year, and then it's Valentine's Day, and I always buy myself a new pair of shoes. So basically, there's no seasonal depression.
Yeah, I thrive in the winter because I love the aspect of winter and layering in clothes.
So much fun.
And summer's hard for me in that, just with insecurity. But also January's not. Here's a poem I wrote about my dad. That is so sweet.
Aww.
Not gonna read that because I'll probably cry.
Some may blame seasonal depression, but I blame a lack of direction. I'm just saying. That was pretty good writing of me this October.
Oh, that was really good. I wrote this February 24th of this year. Just as you cannot pick which parts of me you accept, Dorian.
I was like, this is Dorian. So this is Dorian.
I was quoting Dorian.
As you should.
Oh, here is a dream you sent me that I put in my notes.
Wait, hold on. Let me read the dream I sent you that you put in your notes.
I'm not reading that out loud because you know what dream that is. I'm not reading that.
Oh my gosh. It's the fact you saved this.
Oh, hold because there's whole lore behind it.
No, there is. Hold on. I'm having to continue to see where. Oh, okay. Oh, I could read it out loud. I just have to take out some parts. I don't know. Well, is it? It's not. There's nothing inappropriate about it.
No, you're saying people's names.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't say people's names.
I mean,
the name is Harry Styles.
It's your dream. Go with it.
I had this dream. Did I have it? And when was it in March?
No, you had it
last year.
You had it last year. I just saved it to my phone.
So I was back in college living in a dorm room, except my dorm room was a queen bed and a day bed. And then I slept in the queen bed because my roommate was Harry Styles and he was being a gentleman giving me the bed, obviously. And then, so our paths only crossed in the room, but we text. So I texted him one day just, hey, roommate, checking in. And then I was suddenly in my bedroom at home, except I had a switch and was playing Mario Kart. So my bedroom door was open and Harry walked by and was like, you've been holding out on me. And I was like, haha, just my bedroom. And then he saw I was playing Mario Kart and was like, mind if I join? So he came.
I cannot take this.
And then the second he walked into the room, he switched into someone else we know. We're just going to say that and we're going to forget the rest of that. And so then this dude asked if I had a blanket he could use and proceeded to go through my room looking at everything. And then we played Mario Kart.
And you know what's interesting? When I envision this dream, I imagine you in your bedroom back downstairs in the back. I don't envision you in your room upstairs.
I don't even think in this dream, though, I was in my bedroom upstairs. I was in, actually, I know which room I was in, but it was none of the rooms in my house.
Interesting. Anyways. I have a bucket list on my phone and I will list off things I've completed.
My gosh, I'm going to just throw my phone.
Okay, so the first one was convert a van and live and travel in it. Have not done that. Road trip across the country. Not done that. Open a bookstore. Have not done that. Go to Maine or Nantucket. Not done that. Go to a concert. Lumineers. That was my first one. Go to an Elton John concert. Did that. Get a tattoo. Done that. Music festival. Done that. Get partial dreads. Technically have done that. Write a book. Have not done that. Get my nose pierced. Done it. Go to Greece. Nope. Get married with like 4 exclamation points. Nope.
That's the 4 exclamation points for me.
I wrote this when I was like 15 because I said have pink hair, Yeah, I did that. Visit different libraries. I mean, technically, yes. Go to a museum with a significant other. Who am I?
I mean, that's all good things to have. I have my current to-do list.
Nice. You want to share?
Oh yeah, I have to write amendums for applications, and then I have to submit different law school applications.
Yeah.
I've done other things. Um,
Here's my list
uh,
of book boys.
I have a whole conversation that I've recounted to y'all about a specific
Yes.
person literally just saved. I also have the tattoos I want listed out.
Nice. I have the, and I didn't. This is this is a Bible verse. The gospel is for all people, not just the ones you think. That's not Bible verse, but it comes from Bible verse.
Hmm.
I have you become who you hang around. And for some reason I can't tell you how to live your life. You have to do what you think is best, but I don't know what I was referring to. I think that
I
was
don't
like a
either.
text I was sending someone.
Probably. Oh yeah, I love looking through texts that I have saved that I sent to people. I'm like, oh, what a time that was so long ago.
I wrote, one day the man who will love me for who I am and won't want to change me.
Amen.
I don't know why I'm laughing at that.
I don't either.
Oh, I have a list of Halloween costumes to do when I get married.
I just have my kids' names list on here. I ain't going that specific. Oh my gosh.
These are good ones though.
They are from the ones I can quickly like from scanning the list. I'm a fan of them. I'm not mad about them.
I have a whole thing about how I saw a young couple at church that had a kid, and I was like, and I wrote about how I can't wait to have a future like that. Wow.
Aw.
If we can't, there's a theme in my life. I have a future wedding registry.
I have a notes app from when I was riding on the toilets. I wrote about how sick I was.
Oh my.
Y'all.
I
Okay.
have my reading list.
Scroll all the way down.
Oh, and I also wrote, I only worry that our love won't endure. Wait. I only worry not that our love won't endure, but I worry because if we live to be 100 and I get 80 years with you, how am I supposed to fit all of my love for you into just 80 years?
Aw.
I really am like a hopeless
Yeah,
romantic
you
here.
really are.
This
You should
makes me
just
look
go
really
to the
desperate
you
and
should really go
sad.
to the unfeeling side of things where you
This
just
makes me look really sad.
It's okay. Mine makes me look lonely. So what?
Nothing.
Okay. Oh wait, yeah, no, you're not
Yeah.
lonely and sad. Or wait, desperate and sad. Those are the
Oh, I
words.
also wrote, the moon does not need to be whole to be loved. That was important to me
That's a very
because
good
I
thing for you.
resonate with the moon. Anyways.
I have American Mormon saved on my phone.
Oh, please. Please, Hannah.
A
Should,
dramatic reading.
should we give the lore
So,
behind it first?
like this has been like what, 3 or 4
It was
years?
2021. We finished high school.
So it's been at least 2, so it's 2024, 2023. So it's been like 4 years since I originally wrote this because I thought American Woman was American Mormon for some reason. And I immediately, when my parents were like, no, Hannah, decided to write an entire parody to American Woman called American Mormon. And then I performed it for Elizabeth and her sister because obviously that's what you're
We have
supposed to
video
do.
proof. It was so good.
It's quite amazing. And so instead, I will give you a dramatic reading of actually the entire thing because I only have the first verse and chorus, I'm pretty sure. I don't actually know how American Woman goes anymore because I'm so used to American Mormon.
I just know the first. Yeah, I don't know.
It's so weird because I want to sing it, but I'm not going to. I will not. American Mormon, go and tie your tie. American Mormon, white salamander. American Mormon, go and tie your tie. American Mormon, take your bike away. American Mormon, listen to what I say. Don't go knocking on my door. I don't want your Bible anymore. You have a musical too, and many wives are married to you. Now, Mormon, get away. American Mormon, you're tablet based. American Mormon, your salamander grace led your leader to the light because he couldn't see streets at night. Now, Mormon, you wear black ties. I don't know why I know so much about Mormons in that capacity to be able to do that because that's all like
it was a phenomenal
their whole thing is that like the
performance.
salamander
Yeah.
right, and then it's weird. It's weird. I'm so sorry if you're Mormon and if you feel offended by that. I'm so sorry. Ooh.
It was a masterpiece you made.
It was. But yeah. I feel complete in my notes app.
Good.
There's
I
really
do
nothing
too,
left
because
there.
the rest of mine are just like really hopeless romantic quotes that I've kept from books or I wrote, and I feel like I can't read that because
That's
I
good.
I
Mine are just really
apologize.
self-deprecating and sad.
I very much apologize for reading that poem. That was a really sad poem, and I shouldn't have read it.
You can't. You're the one who chose to read it. Like it's
I know,
you
that's
wrote
what
it.
I'm saying. I
There's
apologize.
nothing for you to apologize for, though.
Well, I just apologize for people listening to
Okay,
this.
don't just apologize for the sake of apologizing. It ruins the credibility behind an apology.
You know who you're talking to, bro.
I do, which is why I'm saying it, bro. You know who
Okay.
you're talking to? Remember what we were talking about before this? How we can say certain things and we know it. I can say certain, like we can say the same stuff to each other. But if I said it to you, you would get really sad and
Yeah.
like you would feel really bad. But if you said it to me, then I get really aggressive and
Yeah.
defensive. This is what it's feeling like. Like you're going to keep apologizing and I'm just going to keep yelling at you to stop apologizing, which is going to make you feel bad, which is going to make me get angrier. Not
True.
angrier. Well,
We have a totally healthy friendship.
we really do. It's just what happens when you know each other for so long. So you know
Yes.
how to push the buttons. And
Oh,
sometimes
yeah.
you do it for fun.
Yeah.
And by you do it for fun, I mean I do it for fun.
No.
Which makes me sound like a bad friend.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of that went by faster than I thought it was going to be.
It really did. But also, we just kind of read stuff. So the growth side of it.
No, yeah.
Sorry. We're talking about things by trying to mouth them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to expose.
No, thank you.
My pleasure. What? I used to work for Chick-fil-A.
I
Don't
know.
come for
I
me.
know. I went to
I have
Chick-fil-A the other day to
respect.
get peppermint milkshake, and the kid did not say my pleasure. And John Michael was like, "That's my sister's boyfriend." She was like, "We gotta go back. You gotta give it to me for free." And I
Not
was like,
had a Chick-fil-A milkshake this season. Also, or a peppermint milkshake. Also, that's not a thing.
"No, I know." He was just making a joke.
I know, but still, it's one of my least favorite jokes that people make because they're like, "Oh, I bet you just saying my pleasure," or "You didn't say my pleasure." And I'm like, that doesn't mean anything.
I know
It's been 2 years since I've worked here too.
it was a harmful joke. We obviously didn't go back.
Harmless,
Harmless.
a harmful joke would.
It's a harmless joke. No, here's the thing. We were driving, and I was just sitting in the back seat, and they were up in the front, and we're playing the Wicked movie soundtrack, and I'm drinking a peppermint milkshake, and I was like, "Wow, I've never felt more like myself than now." Like it was one of
Aw,
those.
that's
I don't know what
good
that says about me, but yeah,
that you enjoy the good things in life.
yeah, the simple things.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thankful for growth.
Me too. I'm proud of us.
I am too. I'm proud that I left my freshman year behind
Yeah,
in a healthy way.
for sure. It's all about growth.
I don't know what else to say except that y'all just got to listen to.
Because I know you. I don't. I'm not singing.
No, it's new.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I feel like such a grammar police because Lily posted about us going to see Wicked. Except I did it to like as an homage to where
That's
it's
what I
like
thought,
pink
too.
goes good with green, and I was like,
It's like,
well,
wow. That's what I thought. I thought y'all did that purposefully.
I think just did it because that's technically what the line is, and then I was like, well, no, it's technically
Pink goes
this.
good with green. Goes well. It so does.
My favorite thing is when she does the at the start when they first like meet each other, and it's I could care less.
Mm-hmm.
And Opha was like, couldn't. And Lily and I immediately looked at each other because that is our father to a T. Is if we say could care less or could not care less in the wrong connotation, he is immediately correcting us.
Oh.
Because we'll say stuff and he's like, what do you want for dinner? And we're like, I couldn't care less. And he's like, okay. Or we'll be like, I could care less what we have. And he's like, no. But implying you could care less implies you care at all.
Yeah.
And so therefore you have an opinion on food. And I'm like, oh wait,
Yeah.
that just makes sense to me. Finally, I understand how to use those two phrases. Wow. Anyways,
Progress.
I feel like this is a quick episode for us.
It's a very quick episode. I feel like we poured a lot into it for it to be that quick, but maybe this shouldn't be drug out for the sake of the listeners.
We just read stuff. We didn't analyze any of it,
No.
which I think is good. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. If we start analyzing it, I will have cried. I mean, I know I'm definitely going to cry once we turn this off, but...
Oh, really? I think I feel pretty healthy about it.
Good. I'm glad.
I kind of want to laugh. I don't know. I want to cry because I don't really want to cry, though. There was nothing so emotional on here.
I'm glad.
I mean, you said a lot more emotional things.
I just kept on reading, and you should have just took my phone away. Like, why did you not make me stop?
Because I wasn't going to read any of my stuff. I wasn't going to read any of my stuff because I don't want to share all my insecurities and vulnerabilities. I don't have any. That's a lie. That's a big lie.
My journal entry. I feel ugly, not pretty.
Me who continually stares at herself. My dad the other night, we were going to leave, getting ready to go somewhere, and I was like, so what time are we leaving? And he's like, whenever you look, your face looks pretty. And I was like, I always look pretty. He's like, you're right,
And that's
Hannah.
the self-confidence we need.
But that's like my routine thing. He's like, why are you
That's
getting,
so Glenda of you.
and he'll see me getting ready in the bathroom because like my bathroom faces like our living room. And he's like, what are you doing to your face? I said, and he's like, are you trying to make yourself look beautiful? I'm like, I always am. I'm just enhancing it for the day.
Of
And
course.
this is a reminder to be confident in yourself. If you don't love yourself, who will?
Yeah. Cue Justin Bieber. I'm just kidding. Wrong song for wrong timing. Why are you staring at me?
I'm just making sure you heard the words that I said.
No, sorry. I deflected and mentioned Justin Bieber.
Be confident in yourself. If you don't love yourself, who will?
I know. The moon doesn't have to be whole to be loved. I know.
Which reminds me, I have that note. I have in the notes app I have because my mom would sing, like her mom or her grandma sang it to her, and so then she sang it to us kids, but like she sang it to me a lot of the "I See the Moon" poem with the extra verse. And that's in my notes app because I didn't want to ever forget it. I don't think I'll ever will, but
good.
No, that would make me cry actually.
Oh, it's okay to cry.
Heck no, we don't do emotions, as you all reminded me last night. I am an emotionless, unfeeling person with sharp edges and apparently need to be softened up.
But you say that, but then you get angry.
That's just my way of showing emotion is anger.
And if you said that to me, I would just cry. I'd be like, you're right. You're so right. And apologize for acting that way.
Yep. And that's why we work.
Yeah, I feel like we're cycling through the same things we've been saying.
We are 100%. But I just feel like it just makes sense. And now that we've hit 40 minutes, we can actually just stop.
I hope that this episode found you well. I hope that you benefited from something from it. I don't know who you are, but just know that me and him, this is a way of we're coping.
That we have it perfectly figured out, obviously, if you can't tell.
Oh, yeah. Totally very mature, emotionally intelligent people.
We're 100% mentally stable.
Yeah.
I am. I don't know about Elizabeth. But...
Oh, no. I am so not stable that I am, you know?
Exactly.
Counterintuitive.
There's a hat that says, I'm so mentally stable. And then underneath it's like, I'm unstable or something. And I'm like, I want that hat. But I don't think I could ever wear it around people. Anyways.
I have a perfect shirt you could wear with that. You have a perfect shirt you could wear with that. Just going by funny shirts.
Well, no, I know that one shirt. I do have a shirt, though, that says, I am anxious.
No, you can wear that one.
It's so cutesy. I never wear it, though, because I don't want people to think I'm actually anxious. Because I realize I'm not actually an anxious person. I'm like an anxious girly, you know, but not actually anxious.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
You know that difference?
I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Nice. Where is your shirt from? Old Navy?
Yeah.
I have the same one, but in gray.
I have it also in black, maroon, and green.
Nice. Oh, I should get it in green.
That's what I get like every single year. I'm like, let me just grab one of these little Henley.
They're so nice.
They are. Anyways.
Well, have a wonderful Thanksgiving, people.
Nope. We hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving.
We hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving.
And eat.
And amen. I don't know why I feel like I have to.
God bless us, everyone.
I didn't know we were clapping. I don't know what we were doing.
I don't know. Well, I was originally going to do it like a prayer, but then I was like, that feels weird to close in a prayer.
Yeah. Have a great Thanksgiving, okay?
Okay,
see you later.
Merry Christmas.